Saints Row's 2022 reboot had many of us excited about the latest entry to the popular parodic franchise.
Hey guys!
But hours into the launch, players started facing some serious bugs and glitches that killed the whole vibe.
Well, that was really a stupid thing!
What should have been one of 2022's biggest titles is now the subject of widespread criticism and backlash.
Get the f*** away from my friends.
And now, fans are worried that Saints Row's latest entry might be the death of the franchise.
I come for your crown.
Although, I will be a little more forgiving than the critics who have absolutely thrashed the game for its buggy launch already. But then again, I can't help but wonder if Saints Row is actually devolving. Saints Row has learned nothing from Cyberpunk 2077. Saints Row's disastrous launch is a testament to the fact that the developers have learned nothing from Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I completely understand, being a massive open-world game, it's bound to have some issues. But looking at the number of bugs and glitches found in the game, it is something that players can't simply choose to ignore. This has led a majority of the Saints Row fans to think about the possible end of the franchise. And while I personally wouldn't jump to that conclusion this early on, especially since I have seen many games make a comeback from far worse, the reviews aren't helping.
This company's nothing without me!
It's simply not ready. Actually, it's far from being ready to come out. Looking at the sheer sum of bugs and glitches littered through the game, and even if the game gets a massive overhaul with multiple patches, I think the damage has been done, and there's very little the developers can do at this point to revive this game.
We call ourselves the Saints.
It's not all bugs and glitches. While many fans are concerned about the current state of the game and are blaming it all on the in-game issues, the actual problem is far worse than that. I think Saints Row's reboot has essentially changed what the franchise stood for, which is the spot-on parodic comedy of popular AAA games and the general absurdity in its over-the-top style of humor, which was the soul of the game. And according to the officials, they wanted to bring back the core elements that made the early Saints Row title a worldwide hit. But in doing so, they seem to have overused some of the most offensive elements in the game, such as racism, homophobia, and other sensitive topics, making the game a little too woke for many.
Dinner and a show, baby.
Oh,
They have even got lighthearted comedy wrong, with lackluster dialogue choices and untimely one-liners that once used to be accurate and downright hilarious. I could definitely get behind the idea of going back to the roots of the franchise, but not with the intent to exploit it just to make the game suitable for a larger audience.
Try to keep up this time.
Something to keep in mind here is that this whole making the game too woke thing is not a direct result of the reboot either. I think this outrage has been building up in many fans for quite some time now, and coinciding with the disastrous launch of the game, I think the timing couldn't get any worse for Saints Row 2022. Before we jump to our conclusion, please hit that like button and help our channel explode! Is Saints Row dead? Volition's attempt to make the game more original by focusing on the core elements of the franchise isn't essentially wrong. It's actually a good thing. But the game's undercooked gameplay, crazy bugs, lackluster humor, and not so interesting cast of characters just make everything fall apart.
Get ready for a beating! Dead as a doornail!
Anyway, the damage has been done to the franchise, and it won't be easy for the developer Volition to make a comeback from this point, unless they start making some drastic changes to the reboot. Very fast. As for buying this game, I would urge you to wait until you see discounts, which I'm pretty sure will drop soon. Check out this video. It's specially selected for you. You'll like it.